Today we're going to make something that I've made with you before, well at least some of you, but we're going to turn a Christmas card, an old Christmas card, like this, into a box like this, which you can put things in, which is very useful. Now I suggest you find a Christmas card that's square, because that makes it easier. So there's a square Christmas card that I've got. In addition to that, you'll need a ruler, a pencil, and a pair of scissors. And that's all you'll need to make this, although sometimes we do use a little dollop of glue if you need that. So we start with our Christmas card here and cut it in half down the middle. Now whenever you make these, you have to be very careful and very slow so that you cut perfectly straight, otherwise it doesn't work. So now we have the front of the Christmas card and the back of the Christmas card. But because we're making a box, this inside bit needs to be smaller than the outside bit, so we have to cut some off of this one. So I've measured it to 1.5 centimeters. So if you go down from the edge 1.5 centimeters and make a mark, and then go down from the other edge 1.5 centimeters and make a mark, and then draw a line joining the two. So there you've got the line, draw it across there. And then at the other end, 1.5 centimeters, and here 1.5 centimeters, and again draw a line, making sure it's nice and straight and exact. So now we've got the piece of paper with the lines on and you can see them. The next thing to do is to cut this piece smaller, and so we cut carefully up that line perfectly straight and across this line perfectly straight. Now we have two pieces, one bigger piece and one smaller piece. And if you can start with the bigger piece if you like. And again we're going to do some more lines so that we get our folding right. So go from that corner exactly to that corner and do a line across. There you go. And then from the other corner to the other corner and another line exactly across. So now we have it meeting in the middle, and then we start folding. And if you take one corner and go to the middle exactly, can you see that? It's gone to the middle exactly. And then again, and so it goes flat along that line. If you because this needs to be hard pressed, you come out and then go in again to make it even harder. That's good. Then we do that in all four corners. There we go. Make sure it meets on the line exactly, and make sure that the end bit isn't poking out, because if it starts poking out it won't be folded in the right place. There's one more to go. And here we have a sheet all folded. You can see those folds. Now we're going to do some cutting, and this is the only bit of cutting you need to do, but it needs to be right, otherwise you don't go in the right places. And in the middle of this folding, you can see a square. So I would suggest you put a dot in each of the corners of the square, like that. I'll do it bigger so you can see them. Four corners, 4 dots. And now we're going to cut. Now don't cut in the wrong way. We need to cut going down here and down here. I'll do one and show you. If you fold it a bit like that, we can see. You just cut down to that dot, each side. You see now, it's cut down to that dot. There you go, that's it, cut down to the dot. You do that on both sides. Again, cut it nicely. So we've got now 2 sides cut down to the dots. There we go, that bit's flapping. There's a side, there's a side, and there's another one here. The next thing to do is fold it. So you take the bigger side, this one here, and you fold it down once, so that goes in. Then you take the sides there and fold them in like a box. And do the same to the other side. Fold the front down and take the sides in, which will make the sides of the box. Can you see that? There they are. And now those, you have to hold them with the one hand while you pick up the side of the other hand, flap it over the top and push it in. See, one's done. Then we put those 2 flaps in, take up the side of the other box and push it in. And what have we got? Got the top of the box. You do the same thing for the underneath of the box. So here's your piece of paper. We've already cut it off, so we can now do the triangles. So we've got the 4 triangles. There's each side. The same as we did for the top. And then the folding in once, over again twice, making sure it's nice and flat and it comes level with the line you've drawn. Number 1. That goes, we do 4 of those on each corner, 1 on each corner. That's number 2. Number 3. Make sure the point touches that middle piece exactly when you do it. And again. And again. Remember, do your 4 dots in the inner square that's in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots, so you know where to cut up to. And we cut up to 1. Cut up to 2. On the opposite side, not next to it, the opposite side. Opposite side I'm going now. 1, 2. And then the folding bit on the side, this long side, this side. Down and in, put it up like that, and then put those two sides in. Same with the other side, in, up, and two sides in. And now, here we go, over the top. Over the top. Press it, and hopefully we've got another box that fits on top. One more box. So that's a box that we've made that is useful. That's where, if you wanted to stick it inside, you can put a little bit of glue on this piece here and then stick it in, and then it will stay in better. But it sometimes needs it and sometimes it doesn't. So there's two boxes now out of 2 Christmas cards, which could have been thrown away, but we've reused them to make them into something nice. So what you can do with something that you're going to throw away is make something nice. And the stories we've been talking about is how we can make something new, even though perhaps things have gone wrong.